You ever have one of those moments where the world just stops and you realize you're standing at a crossroads where one choice could flip your entire life upside down? That's where Maya Thompson found herself one chilly New York evening, wiping down tables at La Lumiere, the kind of upscale joint where Wall Street tycoons drop $1,000 on dinner without blinking. Maya, though, she wasn't one of them. She was the one scrubbing their spills, smiling through gritted teeth, all while carrying the weight of a life that could have been. See, Maya wasn't always a waitress. 3 years ago, she was one semester shy of a math PhD at Columbia, crunching numbers that made her professor's jaws drop. Her thesis on infinite sequences, the kind of work that had Field's medal written all over it. But life doesn't care about your dreams when your mom's hospital bills pile up, your dad's knee surgery wipes out your savings, and your little sister needs therapy to navigate a world that overwhelms her. So, Maya made a choice: family over formulas, and now here she was, dodging condescending glances from folks who'd never guess she once published papers that shook up academic conferences. Tonight, though, something shifted. It started with Ethan Caldwell, tech mogul, billionaire, and the kind of guy who'd make you feel small just by looking at you. He was at table 9, scribbling equations on a linen napkin like it was his personal notepad, his voice dripping with arrogance as he barked at Maya. "Hey you! Keep your clumsy hands off my work." She'd only reached to refill his water, but he shoved her hand away, hard enough to splash water across his precious numbers. "You've ruined it," he snapped, standing up, towering over her, his voice loud enough for the whole restaurant to hear. "This proof's been stumping the best minds at Stanford for years. Think you can solve it? I'll bet my entire fortune you can't." He laughed, cold and sharp, then swept his arm across the table. Wine glasses, silverware, all crashing to the floor. "Clean it up," he sneered. "That's what you're good for." The room went quiet, forks pausing mid-bite, eyes darting between Maya and this guy who thought he owned the world. But as she knelt in the broken glass, picking up shards, her eyes caught the soggy napkin. Those equations, she knew them. She saw the mistake in sequenza, sloppy sign flip in the 5th line that unraveled the whole thing. Her heart raced, not with anger, but with that old, familiar spark, the one that used to keep her up all night in Columbia's library, chasing truths no one else could see. 3 blocks away, Carnegie Hall was buzzing with the 10th annual Titan Math Challenge, where billionaires like Caldwell threw out problems their corporate labs couldn't crack, dangling millions in prize money for anyone who could. It was a spectacle: CNN cameras, social media hashtags, for 100 million viewers worldwide waiting to see if anyone could outsmart the elite. Caldwell was the star, undefeated for a decade, his challenges built on algorithms that powered his AI empire. Tonight, he was presenting his infinity lock, a proof he claimed was the final word on convergence theory. Solve it, and you'd walk away with $75 billion, his entire net worth. No one ever had. Maya overheard the chatter from nearby tables as she cleared dishes. "Caldwell's proof is bulletproof," one hedge fund bro whispered. "His team spent 4 years on it. Impossible." But that napkin in her pocket burned like a secret. She'd seen the error, clear as day, and something inside her stirred, not just defiance, but certainty. She'd felt this before, that moment when numbers aligned like stars, revealing a truth no one else could touch. Her shift ended in 40 minutes. Carnegie Hall was a 10-minute walk. Could she really do this? Her manager, Tony, grabbed her arm as she headed to the kitchen. "Stay out of sight tonight, Maya," he hissed. "These VIPs decide if we keep our Michelin star. One wrong move, and you're done." She nodded, but her mind was already racing. She wasn't supposed to be at Carnegie Hall, not in her stained apron, not with her dropout status hanging over her like a shadow. But as she untied her apron in the alley behind La Lumiere, the golden lights of Carnegie beckoned. Each step felt like wading through quicksand: doubt, fear, the weight of everyone who'd ever told her she didn't belong. But that napkin, those equations, they were her ticket out. The lobby was chaos: crowds, giant screens, people in tuxedos sneering at her uniform. On stage, Dr. Emily Harper, the competition's director, introduced Caldwell's infinity lock. "This proof," she said, "represents the pinnacle of modern mathematics." Caldwell took the mic, holding up a sheet of equations, his smirk practically glowing. "If Anyoniana can find a flaw in this, I'll hand over everything I own." My companies, my properties, $75 billion. Good luck. The crowd gasped, social media exploded, and Maya's heart pounded. She knew the flaw. She pushed through the crowd, dodging security, until Dr. Harper noticed her. "What's this about?" she asked, curious, not dismissive. "There's an error in equation 5, Maya said, her voice steadier than she felt. "A sign convention flip that breaks the convergence." The room froze. Caldwell laughed, venomous. "This waitress? She was pouring my coffee an hour ago. Get her out of here." But Dr. Harper held up a hand. "Let's hear her out." Maya stepped to the whiteboard, marker shaking in her hand, and broke down the error line by line, clear, undeniable. The crowd murmured. The PhD contestants from Yale and Cambridge exchanged stunned glances, and Caldwell's face turned red. "This is absurd," he spat, but Dr. Harper was already verifying. "She's right," she announced. "The proof fails." The auditorium erupted, but Caldwell wasn't done. "Fine," he growled. "If she's so smart, let's see her handle the real challenge." He doubled down, raising the stakes to $150 billion. His empire, his legacy, everything. If Maya could solve 3 new problems in 60 minutes, live on global TV. And when she fails, he added, she'll admit she's a fraud, wasting everyone's time. The cruelty landed like a punch, but Maya met his eyes. "And when I win?" she asked. His lawyers tried to stop him, but his ego was in charge. "You won't," he sneered. "But if you do, you get it all and my apology." The timer started. Maya faced the first problem: quantum probability. While the PhDs scribbled frantically, she saw it for what it was, a hidden Markov chain. Her marker danced across the board, slicing through complexity like a hot knife. The crowd leaned in, captivated. Problem 2: differential geometry was her old playground. She mapped manifolds in ways that made Dr. Patel from Cambridge whisper, "She's rewriting the rules." But Caldwell played dirty, spreading lies during a break. She was kicked out of Columbia for cheating. The accusation hit hard, shaking her focus, turning the audience's cheers to whispers. Social media turned ugly. Fraud waitress trended alongside math hero. Maya's hands shook, but Dr. Harper's quiet words pulled her back. "Trust your mind, Maya. The math doesn't lie." Then came the third problem: the infinity lock itself, revealed to be a beast designed to be unsolvable without quantum computers. Caldwell had known, had set her up to crash and burn. Her calculator died. The crowd's pity was suffocating, and for a moment, she broke. "I can't do this," she whispered. But Dr. Harper's voice cut through. "You're not solving their problem. You're building something new." Maya looked at her work: number theory, topology, convergence, woven together like a tapestry. She wasn't computing. She was creating. With 90 seconds left, she saw a bridge between infinities, a new way to map the uncountable. Her marker flew, equations becoming art. Infinity not a barrier, but a landscape. The timer hit 0. Silence. Dr. Harper ran her tablet's algorithms. The PhDs checked her work, and one by one, MIT, Stanford, Cambridge chimed in, revolutionary. The crowd roared, but Caldwell stood frozen, staring at a whiteboard that had just undone his legacy.